Pepi's restaurant has a long open kitchen, graceful draperies, and wooden bar, creating the perfect setting for the new American cuisine served up there. On McAllister in San Francisco, the color of the exterior indicates the name. It's dark blue. So what else but indigo?
My name is Michael Whang. I'm the chef owner of Indigo restaurant. I've been the chef at Indigo for the past 8 years. Indigo is a boutique neighborhood restaurant that features California cuisine with global influences. I took over the restaurant 2 years ago. It was opened in the 90s by Jeffrey Cambar and his friend Greg Meadow. I started cooking in high volume restaurants where we were doing 450 covers a night, and working in the kitchen was almost like working in a factory. One of my biggest dreams was to eventually own my own restaurant where we could take care of the customer. If your needs are to get to a show on time, we will take care of you. And dining later in the evening, it's a different mood. You get to relax and enjoy your wine, talk to the chef, me, about all the dishes that we create, and they enjoy it. It's a dream come true to be able to express myself with food, great service, and excellent wines.
All right, Pepi, this is a spot to go before and after sort of events at Civic Center, isn't it?
That's right, and we frequently go before opera or symphony, but sometimes when we want to make dinner and wine the event, we'll go later in the evening, and it's a beautiful, welcoming place. You know, it's American food, but with a touch of Asian. And so that just adds a peak of flavor to all these traditional American dishes, like day boat scallops, which are crisp on the outside and succulent on the inside. And last time I was there, I had the mussels, which were so plump and in a wine sauce simmered with spring garlic. And so subtly flavored, but strongly flavored. Just smooth, creamy sauce over the mussels.
What did you have when you went, Karen?
Well, I started with the duo of tuna, which was very, very nice, paired with chips and pears, which I wouldn't normally think being paired with tuna. My only complaint is we did tell them we were going to share. I went with my friend, and they split it in these little tiny plates, which I didn't think did justice to the dish, because I like the plate to be like a frame to the dish. So
we had that dish as well. There were 4 of us. We had that dish as well, and they brought it out as a whole. It was delicious and interesting and flavorful as well.
It was.
And what else did you have, Joel?
I had this sort of duck confit with risotto as well that had a bit of a purple hue because I think it was cooked with red wine, and it was absolutely delicious, creamy and sort of an interesting size and shape. And I didn't realize that there was a kind of an Asian air to it because I had the salmon that had soba or soba buckwheat noodles.
Too.
Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. But there was a random coulis. I found that there was just sort of too much of it that made it sort of soupy looking, bright,
so. It didn't
but a
have
bit
the concentration of flavor, the coulis.
I would say in contrast, I had the blue nose bass, and that had just little pieces of red pepper that added just a touch of crunch and just a touch of sweetness to a substrate of caramelized fennel ragout. So it worked in that dish.
I have to say, though, the restaurant itself was really friendly and wonderful. We called from the highway. We were late for a reservation, and I thought, I'm going to make a reservation at 6 o'clock. There'll be nobody there, not a problem.
Did you know it was that it's full?
No idea. Are you kidding me?
Theater or post?
No. Had I known, I would have made the reservation for 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night.
Because they do have a prefix menu that you can get before from 5 to 7, and then sort of an ultimate wine dinner after the theater that you can get.
So when we arrived, the restaurant was full, and I couldn't figure out why. So we went to the bar, and the people were all on their way to the theater, and they were all so friendly about it. We just had a glass of Sauvignon Blanc at the bar and said, no, we'll wait. I was really happy, really
Did you have wine or cocktails?
I had a Prosecco.
Okay.
And I love the wine list. My only complaint is that it was in plastic. For the class of restaurant that Indigo is, I just felt like the plastic cover just, I don't know, didn't feel good to me. I just kind of, I don't know, it was a Prosecco kind of night.
Right. Well, you know, about the wine list is not only the pricing, it does have a focus on local wines primarily, but there's a lot of explanation of the regions, of the varieties, of the flavors, of the, did you find that?
Yes, yes, and in fact, last time I went, I went for the ultimate wine pairing. And I was pleased. I found some wines that I was unfamiliar with, though I think I know local wines pretty well. But there was a Dry Creek Chenin Blanc that was paired with my Maine that just had deeper flavor than I usually, fruity without being sweet. That just went perfectly with the meal.
Yeah. Now let's get to desserts.
Okay.
What did you?
We had a new dessert that they have, which is the fruit crostata, which is like a sweet calzone. It's a sweet pastry wrapped around very fresh fruit that is just slightly cooked so that the flavors blend. And I had my absolute favorite, which is the espresso panna cotta. I just like the slight bitterness of the espresso against the sweet, creamy base of panna cotta. It's just perfection to me.
This is your restaurant, so give us a quick wrap-up.
Indigo provides good food with efficient service before the theater, or if you want to dine later, you can make the dinner and the wine the event of your evening.
All right, and Joel, would you go back?
Absolutely. I think the wait staff, though, really is a shining example of what they have to offer. The food was delicious, but I really do think that the people who work in the restaurant have such pride in what they do, and that made me feel great about it.
All right, and Karen.
Yeah. I agree with Joel. The service, exquisite. The food, it was kind of like a hit or miss experience for me, but I would give it a second chance, definitely.
All right, if you would like to try Indigo, it's on McAllister between Gough and Franklin in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-673-9353. It's open for dinner Tuesday through Saturday and most performance Sundays. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $45.